TIMA members in Yunlin safeguard the health of seniors in Zhanghu. City volunteers in Indonesia gives medical subsidies to a care recipient after providing scholarship. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. We begin our program today with some news from Taiwan. In Taiwan, TIMA members and city volunteers in Yunlin visit the mountainous area in Zhanghu regularly to care for elderly people. Since some seniors live alone and they have no one to take care of them, medical professionals check on them to ensure they're healthy. Let's join them there.
Going into the remote mountainous area, TIMA doctors and city volunteers in Yunlin make house calls to offer medical care. The doctor checks on the health of 91-year-old solitary senior.
She has no problem with her heart rate, but her legs are deteriorating.
As 80-some-year-old Mr. Chen has lost his vision, he has to rely on his hearing-impaired wife to take care of him. To help people who are unable to seek medical help, TIMA members have provided free clinics in Yunlin's Zhanghu for many years.
It's great. We're fortunate. It really is the blessing of people in Zhanghu.
Also in Yunlin, another group of Tzu Chi volunteers are packing supplies as they will go to care recipients' homes to give out. Many children go along with their parents to help out.
I pack supplies for them and I hope they can live a peaceful and healthy life.
Parents are role models for children. They're all watching everything we do.
Volunteers hope to make Tzu Chi care recipients happy by giving them supplies which are imbued with unlimited blessings.
In a family in Hualien, Taiwan, 2 elders are sick and have mobility problems, so they can only move with wheelchairs or lie in bed. Their children wanted to find electric beds for them to give them better care and lessen the burden for the care workers. Therefore, they sought help from Tzu Chi's second-hand assistive device platform. Here's more.
One at a side, these volunteers are all past 50, but they still have lots of energy to carry all the electric beds onto the car without feeling tired.
This is a good way to cultivate blessing, and it stops me from staying home to be a couch potato. I'm very happy doing this job.
Tzu Chi's second-hand assistive device platform gathers items like wheelchairs and electric beds and gives it to people in need after volunteers repair them.
We can clean and fix the second-hand assistive devices from the recycling station so that we can extend its value. This is a very important milestone for us on doing recycling.
This time they bring 2 electric beds to Mr. Dai's house so the 2 seniors who are sick and often in bed can be more comfortable and receive better care.
This time is mainly because the 2 elders in my family are all sick in bed, and Tzu Chi has been giving us much care. Also, the house nurse has taken care of us especially, and it has lessened lots of burden for us younger generations.
Second-hand assistive devices not only gave these resources a second life, it has also benefits many families in need. Volunteers hope that in the future more people can join to extend the platform.
A 76-year-old man has dementia and anxiously searched for food in the refrigerator. When his family decided to lock the fridge, the old man then drank detergent and died. Doctors point out that other than the most common form of Alzheimer's, frontotemporal lobe degeneration is another type of dementia that can manifest in an uncontrollable appetite.
This is a sad story about dementia. A 76-year-old man in Taipei often goes to the refrigerator looking for food. When his family decided to lock the fridge, he drank detergent and died. From a medical point of view, memory loss is just one part of dementia, as one needs to be aware of hidden symptoms.
In the most inner part of the temporal lobe of our brain, which is near the top of our ears, there's a satiety center. From the autopsy position is our amygdaloid.
The cortexes of cerebral hemisphere are divided into 4 lobes. The frontal lobe is in charge of our thoughts and emotions, while the temporal lobe is responsible for our hearing and languages. There are hippocampus and amygdaloid in the temporal lobe. A type of dementia called frontotemporal lobe degeneration can damage the amygdaloid, which is the satiety center, and cause the patients to perform uncontrollable acts.
If the patient shows obsessive impulsive behaviors like repeating to eat, then it tends to be frontotemporal lobe degeneration.
They will degenerate to be like a child and put anything they can find in their mouth.
The signs for dementia can't be attributed to a single symptom because it could decrease memory or complete changes of personality and behaviors that may lead to confusion for people around the patient.
In Taiwan, Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital's medical team has discovered that a heart transplantation patient, Mr. Yang's conditions are a bit unstable. Therefore, the medical team visited his family, trying to find out his difficulties. Besides helping Mr. Yang, the medical team also helped his bedridden daughter. Here's more. 64-year-old Mr. Yang has undergone a heart transplantation at Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital last September. The medical team recently visits him to find out why his conditions have been a bit unstable.
He does not get that much support. We've noticed that the concentration of medicine in his body is unstable. Therefore, we want to make sure he is taking the medication regularly and find out if he needs some help.
Tzu Chi has saved my life. I'm very grateful to Tzu Chi's medical team.
The medical staff also pays attention to the patient's family. Mr. Yang's daughter, who's bedridden due to an accident, has serious bed sores. The nurses helped his family by providing advice on nutrition, changing dressing, and switching mattresses.
Originally, the wound was 30 by 20 centimeters with 2 black scabs. Now the scabs have disappeared. The wound is about 15 by 10 centimeters. Therefore, we really encourage the families.
The medical team continues to help Mr. Yang and his family, hoping their situation could stabilize soon. Tzu Chi volunteers in Jakarta, Indonesia, make regular visits to care recipients every month. Recently, they visited 21-year-old Johanna, who grew up in a single-parent family. 3 years ago, when her mother fell ill, she thought about dropping out of school to look after her mother. But later, she was able to continue education thanks to Tzu Chi scholarships. However, it was unexpected that she also fell ill at the beginning of the year. To help her solve problems, the volunteers provided her with medical subsidies.
The small house lives a family of 7. After Tzu Chi care recipient Johanna graduated from a vocational school last year, she was supposed to shoulder the family's financial burden, but she fell ill at the beginning of the year.
I need to make money because our family has financial problems, but my health condition is not good. Thankfully, Tzu Chi has provided assistance. I want to learn from the aunties to be more optimistic.
In fact, Johanna had formed a good affinity with Tzu Chi in 2015. It is unexpected that the friendship has been renewed 3 years later.
When I was in the second year of the vocational school, my mother fell ill and she needed someone to care for her. At that time, I thought about dropping out of school, but I also wanted to continue education. So I took the initiative to apply for the scholarship from Tzu Chi to continue my education.
On this day, volunteers have brought some Chixiaos who are Johanna's age to visit her, hoping to give her confidence.
She told me that she wants to volunteer with Tzu Chi. I feel very happy and I hope that she can join the ranks of our volunteers after she regains health.
I hope my family can be healthy and I'll be able to make money and support my family.
Speaking of her wish after recovering from illness, Johanna constantly tells herself to bravely fight against the disease before she can continue to build her dreams.
In Indonesia, Tzu Chi volunteers have been visiting a 14-year-old boy who has been diagnosed with nasopharyngeal carcinoma. The boy Muhammad needs to undergo chemotherapy after surgery. The illness also caused him to go blind in his left eye. Since the family cannot afford the medical expenses, they've applied for Tzu Chi's medical subsidies. Here's more.
Langsung lemes bawahnya.
I was very shocked why this happened to me. Wasn't I healthy? Why did this happen to me? This is not a common headache, but severe headache.
Ini pusing bukan pusing biasa ini.
Tzu Chi volunteers have visited a family delivering love and care.
Ini ya
After the surgery to remove the tumor, we underwent chemotherapy to cure his left cheek. His left cheek was swollen. It would have been worse if he did not undergo chemotherapy.
Muhammad's father is a sanitation worker with a meager income. The large medical expenses have been a big burden to him. Therefore, he has applied for Tzu Chi's medical subsidies.
Juga Akmal mengatakan bahwa
Let's lead an impoverished life. I hope we can inspire more people to help those in need.
karena dia mau melihat kembali.
Due to the severe illness, Muhammad's left eye has gone blind. Nevertheless, the 14-year-old boy does not want to give up.
Pengen bisa melihat lagi.
Please help me. I want to be able to see so I can go to school.
Supaya saya ingin sekolah lagi.
Tzu Chi volunteers will continue to care for the boy and his family, helping him fight his battle against cancer. Instead of discussing overseas or domestic air pollution, it may be better to investigate it based upon region. For example, in Kaohsiung, the long-term pursuit of economic development and industry has led to serious air pollution. According to the EPA's monitoring data for the past few years, the top 3 PM 2.5 polluters are all in Kaohsiung. This is making it difficult for southern Taiwan to shake the image of gray skies.
It's after 8 o'clock in the morning, and from the Kaohsiung Bridge to the downtown area, where Kaohsiung high-rise building sits, is a whole layer of smog. Wang Minglin, Deputy Secretary General of Citizen of the Earth Foundation, shows data related to Kaohsiung's air pollution is very serious, especially the Zoying monitoring station. A red indicator was recorded for 155 days in 2017, indicating the highest degree of pollution in Taiwan. Her office is located in the Zoying district. Since 2012, she has been using cameras to film Chaisan, which she believes is an obvious indicator of air pollution.
On the day with very good air quality, we can see a very beautiful blue sky and the outline of Chaisan. When the air quality is not good, there are no blue skies as the entire mountain line is completely obscured. This is the example we use. We take a picture every day to record a concentration of today's air quality and then post it to the internet.
This type of action means that people in Kaohsiung don't need to look at monitoring data to understand air quality. As for where this pollution comes from, Wang bluntly says that it is a consequence of the long-term development of industry and the economy. CPC and 87% of the steel industry is located in Kaohsiung. Together with the Xinda power plant, means 1/3 of the sulfur dioxide is in Kaohsiung. However, the official data is different from that of the private sector. The Kaohsiung EPA says that 65% of air pollution is from other areas, while 1/3 is local pollution. Amongst local pollution, factories and vehicles account for 38% of pollution, while construction site dust accounts for 24%. However, National Sun Yat-sen University has a different view towards this data.
About 20 to 30% is from outside, and about 60 to 70% is locally produced pollution. These are all averages, of course, and the pollution from outside is dependent upon the seasons or wind conditions as it drifts over. This data pays attention to beta rays to measure the total concentration of PM 2.5. This data will be measured every hour and displayed by our school gate as a reference.
This $30,000 air monitoring instrument is placed on the roof of National Sun Yat-sen University School of Science. It's an internationally accepted and recognized instrument. It works like a vacuum cleaner and extracts fine airborne particles and prints out a sheet of paper and then is analyzed by a computer. Air quality is announced an hour later near the school gate. This is another PM 2.5 station in Taiwan, which is closest to the port. It reminds people to pay attention to air quality. PM 2.5 may be an unfamiliar term to many people, as National Sun Yat-sen University has the first aerosol science research center in Asia.
Suspended particulates are originally a single gas molecule, but may be due to aggregation. Because of these molecular forces, it gathers and then slowly turns into a granular material, so its official academic name is called aerosol.
In everyday life, smog produced by burning incense is also an aerosol. In the air, aerosols may mix with various chemical substances from different sources. Moreover, the higher the concentration, the more humans will die. However, we do not know enough about its chemical activity.
Basically, this is a very serious problem, though we don't have a deep enough understanding about it.
In the laboratory, a new generation of multifunctional aerosol detectors can analyze the size of aerosol particles and systematically detect their chemical activity and structure. It can also determine different types of chemical reactions, which will occur at different temperatures.
Maybe you can prepare the aerosol generator over there.
Air pollution can silently invade Taiwan and cause harm. Excessive PM 2.5 levels have long enveloped the ocean city of Kaohsiung. On roads and in parks, there are many people wearing masks, as it seems our consciousness is insufficient at the moment. Hiding from pollution by wearing a mask cannot stop the problem, as we should seek out where the problem comes from and prevent it from harming our bodies, which is a more meaningful course of action.
In Taiwan, training classes for Tzu Chi's medical volunteers are held in different places in Taipei. In these classes, the medical volunteers learn about the correct medical knowledge and also the right attitudes when interacting with patients. Let's take a look at these training classes.
The short skits show all kinds of situations when one sees the doctor. Lan Li is from Guangxi, China. Her mother is a dialysis patient, so she truly understands how helpless the patients feel.
I hope we can regard every patient sincerely like our own family.
A basic course for medical volunteers is held at Banqiao Jinshi Hall in New Taipei City. The organizer uses skits to inform the volunteers what they should watch out in the hospital.
When we say good morning, have you eaten? We can be softer in our gesture and our voice, so the patients won't feel worried. They can feel at ease.
Some of the attendees are new, but some are experienced. Take Cai Li Qing, for example. She has years of experiences as a medical volunteer, but she still came to review the know-how.
Every spot I serve is different, and the people or things I'll meet are different too, so I must treat every encounter as my first time and continue learning.
In Keelung, northern Taiwan, over 100 students signed up to be community volunteers.
We can learn from following what these volunteers do. We can follow the master to save our planet.
Everyone learns from the senior volunteers so their services can become more professional.
Tzu Chi is holding a course for its documenting volunteers at the Tzu Chi Eastern Taipei office. The students come from Greater Taipei area and also Hualien to learn skills in writing text, taking pictures and videos. The teachers are experienced and give a lot of examples, so the students can learn quickly. Let's join them there.
A smartphone is also a camera. Tzu Chi volunteers also use the app line in their smartphones to record and share a moment in history. However, these photos also include touching scenes in addition to the volunteers' professional skills. This is a basic course for documenting volunteers. Bai Kuntin, a retired professional photographer, is recuperating from his illness. But when he has a chance to teach his skills, he becomes energetic again. Lian Jianxin, an experienced camera person, encouraged these newcomers to observe and to try to gain experience.
I hope that those who have learned it can send their work to the DaAi News for broadcasting.
Many true stories come from waiting and chit-chatting, and the words can exhibit goodness and beauty in these stories.
To record a story, it's like what the sister said. You need to be very observant. You must read a lot so you can express it non-stop.
在花莲当区，我们的文字非常缺少。
We don't have enough writers in Hualien. There are over 10 volunteers taking courses on writing and reporting. I hope that at any event in Hualien, we can record these events well, so we won't miss out on any history.
Tzu Chi events always leave behind footprints, so the experience documenting volunteers hope new volunteers can take over and do their work.
Humanistic culture can make family and work atmosphere more harmonious. A CEO of a cosmetic company in Manila, Philippines, invited Tzu Chi to host a mind cultivation class for over 100 employees so that they can learn to give while striving for their careers.
All seats are taken. This class is teaching how to be a good person. A cosmetic company, Showa Corporation in Manila, asked Tzu Chi to host a mind cultivation class as a monthly meeting, as the CEO herself is a Tzu Chi volunteer.
This is a very positive organization and they're completely selfless. I want to learn about this spirit and how to help others without asking for returns.
Others too without expecting in return.
The world lacks more love. That's why there are wars everywhere. We must remember to spread love and share blessings to others.
More than 100 employees in the presence become Tzu Chi members, and they will start to save up their bamboo coin banks every day to remind themselves to keep their initial inspiration of giving selflessly.
In our next report, we'll meet a teenage girl who has to take care of her family because her mother left home and her father suffers from depression. Wu Wenjing has to tutor her younger sisters and do household chores. Instead of complaining, she said that she enjoys being with her siblings. Here's our report.
你算出来底层高的话，底层高的话就是像一个长方形。
After 17-year-old Wu Wenjing finished school, she needs to tutor her 3 younger sisters who are in elementary school. Wu Wenjing also cooks, as her mother left home since giving birth to quadruplets. On top of that, her father suffers from depression, so Wu Wenjing takes on her mother's role.
姐姐很辛苦。
会。为什么？因为她要洗碗，还要教我们写作业。
我有这一群妹妹也不错啊。
It is good that I have these sisters. Sometimes I get to play with them instead of playing with my friends. It's good when you look at the bright side.
Wu Wenjing, who's optimistic, never complains. Instead, she helps her family.
功课读书。
She takes the initiative to study, therefore I do not need to worry about her.
他们也知道爸爸其实平常也没有办法给。
They know that their father cannot give them much support. Therefore, she encouraged her younger brother and sisters as they grow together.
Wu Wenjing is an elder sister who acts like a mother. In the future, she'll continue to help her family with her optimism and strength. Tzu Chi volunteers in China have held an activity at a Chinese medicine clinic in Wuhan. At the occasion, a cerebral palsy patient who's a Tzu Chi care recipient also shared his vow to volunteer with Tzu Chi. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.